During an appearance on Fox News this past Sunday, House Oversight Chairman James Comer basically admitted, without realizing that this is what he admitted, that his Republican caucus, even the moderates, are now fully willing to go forward with an impeachment of President Biden in spite of the fact that they have no evidence of any criminal activity. Now, that's not what Comer said, but what he did say implies what I just said. James Comer on Fox News on Sunday told whoever the host was at the time, I think it was Maria Bartiromo, but he told her that over the Thanksgiving break, right, he had the moderate members of the Republican caucus that were kind of on the fence about impeachment because, no crimes. But he said they went home and they talked to their constituents, and their constituents said, you better do this. So now, according to Comer, who is totally a reliable narrator, now all those Republicans are all on board with impeaching full speed ahead. Again, in spite of the complete lack of evidence. Here is what Comer told Bartiromo. I had a reporter ask, well, what's changed? Because the press has been writing we didn't have the votes forever. I'll tell you one thing that's changed. We were in Washington, D.C. for 10 weeks, and there are about 10 to 15 moderates. They really worry about what CNN says or what the Washington Post writes, and they were getting in their head, Maria. But then a great thing happened during Thanksgiving. The members went home, many of them for the first time in over 10 weeks, and they met people in Walmart and people on Main Street, and they're like, what in the world have the Bidens done to receive millions and millions of dollars from our enemies around the world? And did they not pay taxes on it? So they heard from their constituents, yes, we want you to move forward. We want to know the truth, and we expect the Bidens to be held accountable for public corruption. So we are unified at a time when I think it's no secret our conference is broken in a lot of ways. So they want Biden held accountable for this so-called corruption that Republicans have still not been able to connect the dots to actually prove there's any corruption. But, yep, there you have it, folks. The people of Walmart have spoken, and they want Biden impeached. So God forbid we go against the people of Walmart, right? I mean, really, you want to get the pulse of the nation. You go walk down the aisles of a Walmart, and you're going to find out what real Americans want, right? Because that's the only place that real Americans are. Like, if you're not at Walmart, you're not a real American, right? And by the way, I say that as somebody, I have to go to Walmart like once or twice a week just for kind of staples around my house. I'm not crapping on Walmart by any stretch of the imagination, but let's be real here. A lot of people in this country actually do not shop there. I've got to tell you, I do. There's like no other stores in my area. So that's kind of a necessity. But again, at the same time, what about the people of Target? I mean, it's great that the Republicans are talking to the people in Walmart, but by God, you got a whole Target constituency out here. We need to hear the Target people's opinion on Biden's impeachment, by God. What about the Best Buy folks? What about Whole Foods? Huh? We haven't heard from the Whole Foods crowd about the impeachment of President Biden. What I'm pointing out is how stupid this statement from James Comer is, of course. Especially given the fact that he says these moderates are now fully willing to impeach him because remember he said we have the votes now to impeach. Not because they came up with evidence, but because a couple of yahoos at Walmart allegedly told people that that's what to do. I, for one, by the way, do think this is just Comer blowing smoke. But if not, whatever. Go ahead and impeach him. We've seen how it's worked out for presidents in the past, and I don't think it's going to end the way you hope it does. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.